Hey, I'm Tanya from Cloud Business Services and Tanya's Bookkeepers Bootcamp, where I help accounting professionals maximize their potential with confidence and efficiency. Welcome to AI in Action, my new series where each week I'm breaking down real use case scenarios, showing you what works, what to avoid, and how to make AI work for you in your practice. How AI amplifies us, not replaces us. So today we're going to dig into something that a lot of people use AI for, and it's blogs. You know what? I use AI for blogs as well. And I'm going to show you how I use it differently and why you should use it differently. So we're just going to go ahead and just dig right in, get into this. So today I am going to use ChatGPT and Sintra. The reason I'm going to focus on those two for this is just simply because those two are they're more creative and better for that. So I'm going to show you the differences in them and we're going to just dig right in and then you can decide what'll work best for you and which way you want to do this best. So we're going to screen share. All right, so I'm a bookkeeper. Most of you know that if you already know me and you're following me. So, what is something that is common right now? Why, a lot of bookkeepers that I talk to are worried that AI is going to replace us. So, if I want to write a blog on why AI won't replace bookkeepers, there's a few things I could do. So people that are just starting to get with AI, haven't dug into it, aren't, maybe outside of the box thinkers, they're just kind of going with it. Right now, there is no copyright on the intellectual property that AI gives us. There is nothing illegal about having AI write a blog for us. However, I feel it's unethical. Bottom line, if we are putting something out and it is not our words, although it's not legally plagiarism, I still feel it's unethical. So, um, but I want to show you the differences too. So if we do this, we can just put, please write me a 400 word blog on, oops. And of course, we don't have to worry about my caps because I will not upset AI. So please write me a 400 word blog on um, why AI will not replace bookkeepers. So I can do this. This is what a lot of people are doing. They're just doing it and taking this. So you can look at this. I'm just looking through here. We're just reading through. Um, Here's the thing. That is something that is very common that ChatGPT uses over and over and over again. Here's the thing, here's the truth. There's certain phrases that it does. The Google SEO bots actually can tell what's been written by AI and what's not been written by AI. So anything written by AI is naturally not going to get the natural SEO with that. It's going to go down because it's like, no, this is AI. But again, there's certain things in here. Here's the thing. I see this, I immediately know somebody's used AI. I stop reading the blog and I move on. I am not concerned or interested in what AI has to think. I do read blogs because I'm interested in what people have to say about it, the blog writers. So just think about that when you're doing that. Um, so, here's one blog. So you can take a look at that. There's one way that you can do it. I've not done this, but hey, let's just do it right now. We're going to go into we'll open the sidebar and we're going to go into Explore GPT. So let's see here. Is there a blog writer? There probably is. There's everything in here. Oh, okay. So you can do that. Let's just try this. I am very curious to see what's going to happen. These are all free in here, but let's just grab an SEO article. 100%, 100% ready for here. Let's go in and let's see this. So here's the ratings for this. So let's just go ahead and start a chat. We're going to be, please write me a chat on why AI will not replace bookkeepers. So when you're looking, it's a little bit different. Here's the deal. Again, here's the truth. Here's the thing. Here's the deal. You're starting to see that, some of these are still in there. Is that what we would say in real life? I know I don't. Um, there is one little newsletter that we do put out, the weekly one that is written probably 80% with the assistance of AI. We take a real one, we throw our thoughts into it and says pull it together. My monthly one, but those are little management tips that we give to you. My monthly one, 100% is me. And that's very important. And when I'm writing blogs for anybody else, when I'm writing guest blogs, all of that, it's extremely important that it's my authentic voice. And I don't talk like this. So you can take a look. You can see there's some difference here. So, that's great. Um, we're going to pop into Sintra and we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to go back into Sintra, into the main one. You're like, I'm not sure which one. So it could be the SEO writer that comes in. It could be the copywriting that comes in, or it could be even like business development, or Millie for sales and marketing. Who knows? But please write it'll likely be Pen for the copywriting. But last time I said that, it was Cassie for customer service. So who knows? So please write a blog for me telling why AI won't replace bookkeepers. So there we go. Went with Pen. Pen is the copywriting. So it's going through, thinking about that, writing it. It's gone the extra step that you can see here. It's in something that's downloadable in Word. There's some hashtags in here, which is great. It starts, hey there. That's something that I pointed out before. That it shows that it's got hashtags kind of all the way through. I don't know. I've got two hashtags down here. Um, Wow. Okay. So this is really interesting because this has taken some things that I would say and boom, there you go. Here's a format. And here's why it does close with my until next time because I've told it to close like that. So um, keep this to, I think we said 400 words. So now let's see what this does. So the bottom line. So, but again, you can see this one is a little bit better. One of the things that I like about Sintra is that when you have your Sintra account, it will come up and there are questions that it'll ask you every single day. And I choose to answer those, not shorthand, but in my full natural voice. So it gets to learn me. So there's that. So these are things that a lot of people do. I would never do either of these, but I wanted you to see the difference. Now, here is what I would do. I'm just going to go straight into ChatGPT for this. I'm going to just pull a normal new chat of just my normal ChatGPT. Here's what I do. And this gets me the best blogs ever. Is I'm going to say, write me a 400-word blog on why AI will replace bookkeepers. And, well, I'm not even going to bother correcting the spelling, and why we will become redundant and our jobs will be no more. So this is the way I like to do it because this gets authentic me. And then right here, it's going in here. It's got no feelings. It doesn't care about my feelings. It will use the language I've told it to, which is, hey, why we will be no more, why it's going to replace us. So I'm going to take a look at this. Look, it's offered me to do a part two, why it won't replace, but I'm going to look at this. Then what I do is I grab this, I copy and paste this into a Word document and I read it. And then I get ticked off. So then I come back in here and I start a completely brand new chat. The reason I do this is I don't want any part of that old chat to come into the new one. And now I'm going to show you what I do. And we're going to just write a blog on this. I'm not going to post this out there because I've already done a few times of this. I'm going to use voice mode. All right. So I just dictated the whole blog. I probably talked for about 10 minutes and it didn't come through. I did not start a transcript anywhere. And so all those good thoughts that I had are lost. So we're just going to pull it together. Um, and we're just going to start something. It's not going to have as much passion as the other one had, which is fine because I don't plan on putting it out. So we're just going to start again. All right. So I'm ready to start the blog now.
Awesome, Tanya. I'm all ears. Go ahead and start whenever you're comfortable, and I'll jot it all down for you.
Great. Thank you. So a lot of bookkeepers that I work with come to me and they're concerned about AI. They're worried that AI is going to replace them. AI is already passing the bar exam. It can already pass the CPA exam. It can read through and work through things and categorize expenses faster than any human can. It can reconcile bank feeds, in seconds, detect anomalies before we even spot them. It doesn't take, breaks. It doesn't hit deadlines. It doesn't get frustrated when clients forget to upload receipts. And, there's a lot of things like that. However, um, that's not actually true. So what can happen is, yes, it can go through all of that, but it does not have the humility at this point to understand when it's wrong, first off. So it's a tool. And there are times where I've tested and I put something up and the receipt says sales tax. It does not say GST, HST, or it does. And that GST, HST number is not actually valid. It is a made up number. So there are things that it can't see that only us as humans, as bookkeepers, who we've dealt with things that we know from our own personal experiences that we can bring in to give to the client for that. We can give the client the personal relationships. We can learn AI and help it with some of the tasks I trust but always verify, just like I would a junior employee working for me, a junior bookkeeper. So I'm always verifying. However, there's a lot of things that it can help save me from doing so that or cut my time back. So for example, this blog is something that would have taken me, potentially like 4 to 8 hours to sit down and try to pull my thoughts together because my thoughts jump all over the place. Here, the way that I'm doing this in this example and illustrating this is going to bring it down to a much, much shorter time period where I can then take that time, that's found time that I can take to work on something else. I always say that, bookkeeping, the difference between bookkeepers and accountants are like the pilots. They're at the 30 and 50,000 foot view. They can look down and they can see some different terrains. They can see the roads, but they can't see the detail bookkeepers see. Bookkeepers are not data entry. We have never just been data entry. That was a big part of what we did, but we did not embrace the knowledge that we could do and become proactive. Bookkeeping is reactive. Bookkeepers have the knowledge to become proactive. We just need the confidence to become proactive. Excuse me. The best way to predict the future is to look at the past. We can spot um, issues with that before it's going to happen. We can give that advice to our clients. We can become invaluable to our clients. And this is actually virtual CFO services. So while though AI will not replace bookkeepers, it will replace a certain part of what we do and it will absolutely change our roles. So in closing, AI will not replace bookkeepers, but AI will replace bookkeepers who are not embracing AI to up their game and up the level of service that we're providing. All right, Charlie, I'm done. Can you start to read that back, please?
Absolutely. All right, Tanya, here's exactly what you said. I'll read it back to you first, and then we'll do a bit of editing magic. So, in your own words, a lot of bookkeepers that I work with come to me and they're concerned about AI. They're worried that AI is going to replace them. AI is already passing the bar exam. It can already pass the CPA exam. It can read through and work through things and
Now,
categorize.
sorry, Charlie, if I hit stop to go out of advanced voice mode and go back to text mode, you still have that saved, correct? And I'll be able to see it?
Absolutely, Tanya. If you switch out of voice mode, no worries at all. I've got everything you dictated right here, so you'll definitely be able to see it in text form.
Okay, so I'm ending. We're gonna refresh. Hope it's here. Haha, it does not. Okay, but I was smart this time. So I love doing these things live because this is going to show you. It did this before. I did not have to sit there and listen to the whole thing before. So maybe use dictate instead of that. Or I've actually also set up a transcript. So I learned this time. So I'm actually going to copy and paste. Here is a transcript of the blog I dictated. Take out my name and the time blockings. Or and the whatever and the time for me to see. So this is actually a really good thing that blogs are good for. So there we go. So we've got that. Okay. So this is everything that I've said word for word. This is not good for a blog. So I'm going to say now, please, using my words, now become a copy editor and help me pull this together for a 400 word blog. There we go. So now it's just taken my words and pulled everything together. Now I want for you to see same thing in Sintra. So we're going to go into Sintra again. They're probably going to use that. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to copy and paste this over here. And then I'm going to use using my words below, be a copy editor and help me turn this into a 400 word blog. So now you're going to see it's going to pull pen out. It's going to do the same thing. And then you can, again, kind of see the difference. So if you go back and, pause on that and pause on here, you can see what is a little bit more authentically me and keeping my words the same. So this is how I do blogs. So yeah, go out and do that and try to do that blog that way next time. You'll find it's really cool. So I'm going to stop screen sharing. All right, so there you have it. AI working with you, not against you. So remember, our expertise, our judgment, our client relationships, those are irreplaceable. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss next week's episode, and share this with a fellow accounting pro who needs to hear it. We're all navigating this AI shift together, and the more we share what works, the stronger our profession will become. Want to dive deeper? Head over to bookkeepersbootcamp.ca. We've got training, coaching, and a community of accounting professionals who are mastering this together. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep showing the world what accounting professionals are really capable of. This is Tanya signing off. See you next week.